Welcome to UMath. Our special guest today is, this is Otto, or nicknamed Automan. He drives the bus at Springfield Elementary. He's not overly bright, but he plays a pretty mean guitar. See you later, Otto. Today we're going to talk about the volume of a cylinder. So here's our cylinder. In order to really understand where we get this formula from a cylinder from, a great starting point would be going back to what is the area of a circle. And if you remember back, we said that the area of a circle, in this case, here's our circle, is A equals pi r squared. So here's our circle, and here is our cylinder. And in essence, what we're really doing here is we are going to figure out what the area of this is, which is a circle, which we've already established is this. But then there's one more dimension we need to take into account, and that is how high or how tall this is. Okay? Because really, in essence, what this is it's a whole bunch of circles. So when we gather them all up, we have a cylinder. So having said that, our formula for the volume of a cylinder would be V equals pi r squared, because it is the circle, but then we have to take into account how high it is. So times h. So let's do a question around that. Let's pretend that our radius is 2 centimeters. Remember, radius is halfway across the circle. Our height, because I have 6 chips here, let's just call it 6 centimeters. And that's all we need to be able to answer this question. So we have our formula, as we always do. We start with that, we write it down, and then we take our numbers and we plug them in. We know pi is 3.14 times the radius, that's 2, and we square it, times 6 for the height. So we'll just continue it on. 3.14 times, of course we follow BEDMAS, and we would do the exponent first before we do the multiplication here. So 2 squared is 4. Now, as we've mentioned many times before, if you've got a couple of multiplication symbols, it does not matter which one you start with. I could start with these two, or I could do these two, or I could do these two first. I think for simplicity's sake, this would probably be the easiest one to do first, because you can do that in your head. This one times this one, you really can't do it that well, or as easily. So we're going to say 3.14 times 4 times 6, which is 24. And then from there we actually have to work it out. And 3.14 times 24 is 75.36. And then once again we have to remember to put the units in. In this case we've been talking about centimeters and its volume. So because it's volume, it's 3 dimensions, just like we talked about in the rectangular prisms, length times width times height. Well, this one, we found out the area of the circle and then multiplied it by the height. So we're talking about a 3-dimensional image again. So it is cubed. Volume is always going to be cubed. So that's our answer. For the lesson, which is 147, page 345 is the only one I'm going to get you to focus on. And you may cross off the chart, which is numbers 7 to 12. You do not have to do the 4 questions on page 346.
That was easy.